It's the ABCs of environmental law, and today B is for brownfields. As opposed to a cornfield or a green field, a brownfield is a property that we either know is contaminated or there's good reason to suspect that it is. And we treat them differently from other properties because they come loaded with challenges. Think about your old gas stations, painting shops, plating shops, dry cleaners, warehouses, or former manufacturing or industrial sites, or the empty lots you see in those areas. There's a good chance that the reason why it's still empty is because it's a brownfield. Because of these risks, brownfields are often cheaper to buy, and they could come with incentives like grants, tax benefits, or special redevelopment programs. So for investors who understand the process and are willing to take on the risk, brownfields can be opportunities, but they are not for everyone. And I see a lot of people get burned by thinking that they understand how to profit from a brownfield, and then they find themselves out of their depth. Usually what happens is that they've underestimated what's really going on at the site. Investigation and cleanup can be expensive, and the rules can be complicated, and there may even be restrictions on how you can use that land depending on its history. And people also don't appreciate the fact that government oversight doesn't end when the construction does. It can continue on for years. So if you're not familiar with how environmental cleanup works, it's easy to underestimate the time, cost, and long-term obligations involved. And we often see buyers who are attracted by the idea of these incentives without realizing that they're also locking in cleanup standards and future use restrictions, and they'll be taking on ongoing responsibilities. So choosing not to take that risk is a perfectly reasonable decision. Brownfields work best for investors who understand the regulatory process or who are bringing in the right team early enough to guide them through it, because they can be great opportunities, but they should be intentional ones.